So so this was unthinkable at that time, someone traveled all the way from London, without anything. Of course, he had the begging bowl. He used to carry it all the time to symbolize.
The begging bowl,
yes.
yeah.
So then, on his way out of the airport, this Ajahn Sumedho had explained to this person, look, why should I have a baggage? All I wear is this robe, and I can borrow it from any temple in Sri Lanka. And if I go hungry, I can just, I only have to hold my begging bowl and I will have enough food. So I don't have to carry anything with me. I think that was a beautiful way of conveying that, I'm a monk and I have detached from all this. And I'm a happy person without all this. And so therefore, there is no desire to have any of this. So I don't even have the burden of carrying a bag with me,
True.
So which was and mind you, this story was relayed by the very person who received him, and he wrote to the newspapers. I read that article.
Wow, okay.
And this was.
That's how you got to know, by reading that article.
Yeah, that's why I related this story to you, because it was stated in the newspapers, and he honestly wrote this, and he said, for the first time I came across a situation which I couldn't believe. And that's a reflection. It's not really, one need not take it as a negative connotation that you have to detach from everything. You don't, if you don't require, why do you carry it,
It's mere simplicity, perhaps?
Yes, I mean, if you don't require something, you don't require it. It's simple as that. Of course, he was a monk, and same thing can apply to some of the lay people. If you don't, it's like something you are buying, a video cassette recorder which has, you can time it and record something you never use. You never record something. So why do you want that feature? Something like that.
Now, for example, I think if we take one of our mobile phones, how many features are there that we don't actually use? We just use it for calling or perhaps photography or a few things.
This is also like people sort of getting into this acquiring branded stuff. It's fine, anyone who wants to have this kind of thing because they feel that it adds up to the image that I ought to be carrying, then it's okay. And also, it probably helps some sectors of economy. But in the long run, you can, this, the famous Steve Jobs of Apple, he quoted yesterday, I read it the other day, and also I showed this slide to the master's students whom I'm teaching.
Okay.
And he said, after I earned the first 100 million, and I knew that I was not going to spend that. So from that time onwards, the decision I made was not going to make any profits for me.
Sure.
And that would have made a huge difference in his approach. Because he said, I made 100 million and I knew I was not going to even spend this money. So that's a different thinking. So whatever he has done had a different objective altogether. So it doesn't mean that he stepped down and became a monk. No, he continued.
Wow, I think that's really inspiring. So I would like to give you just 1 or 2 minutes to sum up this discussion of the message you would like to give our audience, our viewers.
Right, and once again, it's an honor for me to be here, and I only want to share a viewpoint, and this is perhaps a different viewpoint to what you would otherwise hear from the usual Buddhistic fields. But it is important for us to know that we should not disregard the cardinal rule, and that is that self-realization, that it is you and none other than you who has to analyze, examine and realize this. You have no other way, because no one else can implant this enlightenment and then you suddenly get enlightened. It doesn't happen that way. So if you keep that in mind all the time, and whatever practice you do, then you will not get caught to any kind of a conclusion until such time the realized place and you experience it, so that the reality is seen immediately, and what is real, which cannot be seen through the self, through an artificial self. So that is the message that I want to share with the viewers.
Well, thank you very much, sir, indeed, for that very fruitful piece of advice and that very fruitful discussion. I think you have earned a lot of merit, just by the thought of, coming to this discussion and, disseminating your knowledge. And you said you wanted to convey the message to our audience. So I think through that itself you have earned a lot of kusala kamma, a lot of merit, and I think Sri Lanka is indeed proud to have a Director General like you for the Sri Lanka Tourist Board, indeed. So thanks a lot for dedicating your precious time on behalf of us and on behalf of our viewers. And viewers, if you have any comments, please write to our usual address, the producer, Dhammahadaya, the Buddhist channel, Sri Sambodhi Vihara, Gregory's Road, Colombo 7. Thank you, and may the Triple Gem bless you.